In all the work you are doing, work the best you can. Work as if you were doing it for the Lord, not for people. Colossians chapter 3, verse 23. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Girl Book Busy and Blessed. And as I mentioned in the last video, when I read that Bible verse for a different reason, I said I was going to come back and give you guys an example and a testimony of how that verse actually helped me. So be sure to check out that last video. It is like almost 6 in the morning, so once again, I have the lighting pretty low. And like I said, I don't have any fancy equipment and all that. Just using my laptop and a lamp right now. So, and the kids are sleeping, of course. So I'm not gonna keep you too long, and I'm not gonna worry about it being all right, you know. But anyways, so yes, like I was saying, I was on a job. I'm not gonna say where or name any names or the place or anything like that. But I don't remember when I first came across that verse, but I did remember it in times where things were getting a little hard, things were getting stressful. Some mornings I literally didn't want to go to the job. Um, some days I wanted to quit. But I remembered that verse and I was like, okay, you're working for God, you're not working for them. And I was like, you never know why God has you in the position you're in. You never know how long you're going to be in it. What's the plan? What's the purpose for it? You know what I mean? So it's like, he's going to stick through it until he guides you elsewhere, you know? And just trust and believe that for those who believe in him and serve him, that he works everything out for your greater good. So let me tell you guys, in this particular situation, how this Bible verse, I seen it, happen in my life. And like I said, I also remembered it in tough moments. So basically, this particular job, I went through um, a lot of drama of people pretending to be my friend. Um, went through a situation where one of the leads or floor leads spread a rumor about me. And basically, I'm going to just tell you guys the story. But I didn't find this out later until like months and months and months later. I actually left that job. But then when all the like the drama filled people got fired, then they asked me to come back. You know what I mean? So, long story short, it was my time in the month and I didn't have anything on me or with me, of course, and I didn't have a way to get to the store. So I asked my manager, who's this older Caucasian guy, married, whatever. Some people say he looked like a younger Colonel Sanders, the guy who made KFC, but he was still probably like, I don't know how old he was. Gotta be like late 40s or almost 50, because I know he wasn't in his 30s or nothing, you know what I mean? But that doesn't matter. I'm just painting the picture, you know what I mean? So long story short, I was a little embarrassed to ask or whatever. That's a little personal female matter, your time in the month. But I'm like, it's either that or I gotta go home. You know what I mean? So I asked him to give me a ride to Walmart so I can go pick up some products or whatever. And I was gonna keep them at work, like in a locker or in a cabinet or something, so that way that particular situation wouldn't happen again. So I didn't know it at the time, but this particular girl, I don't know her exact words, but literally was like, oh, that's so inappropriate. She must be sleeping with him. They must be going to do, XYZ and all this other stuff. Keep in mind, we literally ran to Walmart. He stayed in his truck. I got my stuff. We were back, like, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, hey, what can you do? People going to talk about you. But yeah, like, nobody told me at the time, you know. And so that's why a lot of the times, whether you think people are your friends, if they're coworkers, 9 times out of 10, they're probably just coworkers. You know what I'm saying? Unless you built like a really good, strong foundation, really good, trusting relationship with somebody, you know what I'm saying? Then that's different. But 9 times out of 10, they're mostly just coworkers, you know, because nobody told me, nobody gave me the heads up, nobody said anything. So it's like, I don't know how many people knew, you know, that she said that about me. Um, there were some other incidences and situations, but, you know, I just was like, you know what? Like, I'm out of here, you know, I'm in a different job at that point, you know what I'm saying? So at that point, I didn't wait for God's direction and I forgot about that Bible verse and I was just like, I'm out of here. You know what I mean? But keep in mind, I didn't know about that rumor yet. I left for other reasons. It was just drama. Oh, the person who spread the rumor about me, she was taking me off the schedule. She was giving me less and less and less and less hours. Like I couldn't even live on to take care of my kids. So, you know, I had to find something else. So it's pretty much like she forced me out for no reason, you know? So, um, yeah, so I went to another job. I was working there for maybe like some months or something. And then I got a call from somebody who had a different position there, but then he became the manager. So he called me, was like, hey, such and such gone, such and such gone, such and such gone, like all the Germanville people were gone. So I was like, okay, I'll come back. Like, you know, if I can get a little more money, if I can, you know, have my hours, if I can work, you know, this schedule, da 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 da, you know, gotta do what I gotta do for my kids. And so, you know, we came up with an agreement with the terms and all that good stuff. So I came back, you know. Fast forward a little while later, once again, it's drama. I just heard about the rumors, and then I'm like, everybody knew? Like, dang, nobody told me back then, you know? Um, let me see, what else was happening? Oh, I was feeling underappreciated. I was doing everything. Like, there was like so many parts of that place where like pretty much I was wearing multiple hats, you know, like a lot of customers would ask me if I was the manager because they would always see me working, they would always see me helping in different areas. One minute I would help them in one section, next minute I'm helping them somewhere else, and they're like, "Wait, you're the this and you do this job?" And I seen you over there. There's like, is anybody else working? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just saying like I literally would help in whatever way I can, whatever area I can, do multiple things. If I see other people slacking or not giving their all, I don't let that affect me and I just keep going, you know? But after a while, you know, that starts to get on your nerves. That starts to be like, dang, like, am I the only one taking this seriously? Am I the only one, you know, doing my job? You know, so like I said, then again, sometimes some mornings I'm like, man, I don't want to go. But you know, you go. And other times it's like, man, I want to get out of here because literally I got talked about to get a promotion pretty much, but then it didn't happen, you know? So it's like you still got me doing all this extra work. You got me acting like a lead or acting like a manager at times, but then you still have me in my same position, my same pay, but still giving me extra duties, extra work, extra whatever to do. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I kept coming to work, kept doing what I had to do, and I was just like, you know what, whatever. Um, this one time, my youngest sister ended up going to the hospital, and she ended up coming home, but you know, of course, she didn't go to school that next day. So I stayed home with her because both my parents had to work super, super early in the morning. And so my manager didn't like that. So he pretty much was like, you know, your parents should have stayed, this, that, and the other. Then my youngest, he's one of those babies that was like born in the pandemic and all that good stuff. He'll be 3 in February. So he got sick pretty often, like respiratory. He got that hand, foot, mouth disease, and which I never heard of until he got it. Had COVID a couple times, like all kind of stuff, you know. And So I ended up calling out and I needed to be out for like 2 days. But at the time, you don't know that until it's happening. And so I told the assistant manager, like, hey, I need to call out this, and the other. The manager got upset that I didn't ask him instead of her, and it became this big old thing. So then when I seen that I needed to have more time to take care of my toddler, then I asked him, whatever, whatever. Then I think like later that same day, he called and fired me, you know. And of course, I was like shocked. I was a little mad. I was a little hurt. I was like, are you serious? But it seems like in the past, even like a different job, I would get fired for taking care of my kids. This is one of the main reasons I want to work for myself. Don't have to depend on nobody, don't have to ask for no time off, don't have to, let anybody know what's going on. Like, you know, matter of fact, Lord, like, my heart, my desires. I really want to work for myself. I really want to work for myself, Lord. Please bless me with that. Because, yeah, every time I'm thinking about it, like, it's a COVID situation or a daycare closure or my kids being sick for more than like a couple of days or a week or whatever the case may be, and boom, I'm out of a job. But I'm not going to apologize for taking care of my kids. I'm not going to apologize for putting my kids first and being concerned about their health and trying to get them back into good health. You know what I mean? So, long story short, I was a little hurt. I was a little upset. But then I started thinking about it. I was like, well, like I said, I was getting back on my journey to get closer to God and let Him lead my life and, just try to put everything in His hands. So the old me would have been crying, would have probably got a little depressed because, like, I hate being without a job. Like, I hate it. Like, of course, you want to take time off, you want to relax, you want to take vacations, you want to, take sabbaticals if you want to, whatever. But just not having a job, period, not being able to contribute, not being able to have the money to provide and to do things you need to do. I don't like that feeling, you know. And like I said, the old me would have cried, would have been a little sad, would have been depressed, whatever. And the new version of me that God is still working on, I'm like, you know what, Lord, you got it. It's in your hands. Guide me to wherever you're gonna guide me. Help me to look for something else. Help me, open up doors, touch people's hearts, and put me in rooms and spaces where only you can, you know, and tell me what I'm supposed to do. And a lot of other times I asked, for him to put me in my purpose and let me live out his will. And, you know, there's a couple things I want to do, but I'm trying to put them in God's hands to be like, is it if it's in your will, if it's in your purpose, let me do them. Give me the knowledge to do them. Give me the courage to do them. Give me the guide and the how to do them. But if it's not meant for me, help me to let go of them. Help me to, discard them, push them aside, and to receive whatever it is that you want me to do. You know what I mean? That's a part of surrendering. Um, so yeah, long story short, fast forward, a part of this testimony. Um, so I think I was without a job for like 2 months, maybe a little bit more. So then God's putting it in my mind, like, hey, you can get in that job program, you know, like the state, DSHS, all that good stuff. It's like you can get the job program because at the end of the day, instead of just looking on Indeed and doing this and doing that and nothing's really happening, or you can't accept the job because of certain hours because you're a single mom, or you can't accept the job because it's too far, or all these other things where I have to pass up certain things, which makes it more limited for me to have something, or the pay is too low, minimum wage, or, all kind of reasons. But I was like, oh yeah, that program, So, and this is where the testimony is like, God knows what He's doing. It's just like I said, in the moment, even if we don't feel it, or even if we forget, or even if we can't see it, God's always working. So, long story short, I went from working that job and then getting fired and being off of work for like 2 months and some change to being like, what am I going to do? To remembering, like, hey, hold on, you said you're going to put this in God's hands, like, let Him work. So I get into the job program, and there's all these perks that come with it as long as you're in the program while you're looking for work and all the good stuff. So God blessed me with them giving me like $300 to go shopping for clothes for interviews, for work clothes, like I got blouses and blazers and slacks and skirts and just all kind of nice, clothes to be classy, to be conservative but still look good, just feel all womanly, without doing the most. So yeah, I got $300 worth of clothes. Um, I've been getting a whole bunch of pull-ups, like boxes upon boxes of pull-ups and wipes. Things for the house, such as um, oh my gosh, I'm having a brain freeze. Oh, laundry detergent, tissue, toothpaste, feminine products, shampoos, conditioners, body washes, and all kind of stuff. Like I had like $250 worth of that stuff, and now I just got another $250 worth of that stuff. I'm on my like second or third round of pull-ups, so that's actually all of it's a blessing. But the pull-ups thing too is like the specific kind that he needs for his daycare. They have to open up on the side so they can peep in and check and close it back up if they didn't do anything and all that good stuff. And the size he's in and all that, that's like pretty much like $30 a box. So that's saving a lot of money, and I'm so grateful for everything. Right now I don't have a car, so they're giving me gift cards for Lyft to get back and forth to work. And as long as I'm in the program, it's like they're gonna keep helping me with stuff. And uh-uh, yeah, coughing right now, but he's not sick though. But they gave me this laptop that I'm actually on right now, so I could do my Zoom calls for the job program and my job search and all that good stuff. So it's like, look at all the things I gained from being fired from that job. You know what I'm saying? I gained some stress off of me as a single mom for the pull ups, for the new clothes and wardrobe, um, for all the products that I don't have to purchase right now, for a way to get to work. And actually, I've gained, I'm not going to say where I'm working right now, but I'm still in the program as we speak. Um, so I'm somewhere that I never really imagined that I would be, but I like it. And I'm learning new skills and I'm doing things that I've always been kind of scared to do. And so it's like it's getting me out of my comfort zone, and it's, some more stuff to add to my resume. And everybody there is so great and friendly and nice. And um, I've been there, I think, since like the end of June. Right now we're in October. Um, and that's another testimony too. These ladies got together. They seen I was stressing like a little bit um, around back to school time and all that. And in the program right now, it's part time until I either get hired on or until I find a different full time job. They want to hire me on, but right now the hours they were offering me doesn't work for me as a single mom, so I had to turn it down. But long story short, these ladies got together, and one lady actually said that she felt that God led her to do this, but she gave me $100 to put towards back to school shopping for my oldest. So I literally like the next day got him a backpack, got him some clothes, some underwear, some socks, um, school supplies, like all kind of stuff, you know. And then I think like a day or two later, she got a couple of the other people together, like a couple of our other coworkers, and man, I cried. Like, two of them, the girl who's been training me and who I work with every day, and then one of the people that's like above both of us or whatever. They called me into a room, and you always be like, like what did I do? Whatever, knowing I didn't do anything, but they called me into a room. They had a bag sitting there, and they gave me a card. And I was like, oh my gosh, I think I'm about to cry. Like. And one of them was like, oh, I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. So I looked in the bag. There was more school supplies. There was more little things that my oldest would need and stuff like that. Inside the card, I kid you not, was $500 and two gift cards for $50 each. One for my youngest, one for my youngest. Um, man, I cried. I was like these ladies like really came through, and like one of them said God placed it in her heart. It's like they didn't have to do that. Um, they haven't known me that long. Like I said, I got there like the end of June. School just started back a little earlier this time around, like August 30th or something like that. So it was like maybe 2 or 3 weeks before school was starting up, and they decided to do this for me. Like, man, I am truly grateful, truly feel blessed for them to do that. And just to be there, period. Be there with women. And there's one guy I work with, but he kind of works for a different company within the company. But just to be with women that aren't catty, that are thoughtful, that believe in God as well, that just welcomed me and made me feel like a part of the team, even though I'm not officially hired on yet, but just, made me feel special, and that they thought about me, and that they would go that far as to do something like that. That really means a lot to me, and it's something I'll never forget. And I'm glad I get to share this testimony about that, because that's something that's like real special. And as a single mom, that's just like, it's hard to describe it. It was just like such a good feeling, such a good feeling to to know there's people like that around, to know there's people like that in the workplace, to know that God is moving through others, and just to be able to share this testimony, like, God is real, guys. Like, He's working, He's moving, in our lives. And even if it's not on your timing, just be patient, you know. Um, like I said, because when I went back to that other job the second time, I was more so, like I said, thinking of that scripture. So I wasn't going to quit. I felt like I wanted to, but I wasn't going to. And so I think with all these blessings that came later was me being obedient and being like, okay, you're not working for them, you're working for God. Stick it out, do what you gotta do. You gotta take care of your kids, keep your head up, be positive, pray, all that good stuff. And I was fighting against my flesh. I'm like, man, I want to get out of here, man, I want to get out of here. But that's why it came so much of a shock to me when I was fired. But like I said, it was a blessing in disguise, because if that wouldn't have happened, all the things I literally just said wouldn't have happened. You know what I'm saying? And God already knew that that was going to happen, and that was what I needed. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I gained so much stuff, and not just the money. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not even the important of it all. Like, what they did was a great gesture. It was heartfelt. It was um, caring and compassionate and thoughtful and all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, just being around those type of women, that positive attitude, that positive vibe, the generosity, the letting God lead you, like that stuff is more valuable. You know what I mean? Because money comes and goes, but good people, you know what I'm saying? That's more valuable, good situations, good work situations, life lessons, you know what I mean? That's more valuable. Um, and just, let God lead you, ladies. Let God lead you. Because at the end of the day, whether I end up on that job or not, I'm putting it in God's hands. It's like I want to be there, but like I said, the hours right now that they're offering, I can't take it. So at the end of the day, it's like maybe God will open up a door and I get the right hours that I need to stay there. And if not, then I'll just have to gladly move on to wherever He's trying to have me go. You know what I mean? So either way, I'm gonna just keep doing my part and, showing up every day and doing what I got to do. And right now, I ain't gonna lie, sometimes it is kind of like, okay, I'm in this program. I'm only getting the 20 hours. I'm only getting minimum wage because I'm in the program, But like I said, relying on God and just letting Him do His thing, not trying to rush Him, not trying to question, like, hey, why do you still have me here? I'm not making that much money. Like, how come I'm not full time yet? What's going on? I'm just having faith and doing my part. As in, I just updated my resume. I'm putting my new skills on there. I just made it more presentable. I'm applying to things. I'm taking more chances and applying to things that I would have been scared to in the past because, he's just showing me like I can't stay in my comfort zone and can't stay in my little bubble. You know what I mean? So, whatever happens, happens. I'm just trusting and believing. And, God provides. I'm not where I want to be, at the moment, but I know I'm where I need to be, which is relying on Him more, which is having faith more, which is doing what I have to do. And, my kids aren't hungry. They got clothes, they have a roof over their head. You know what I'm saying? They have love, they have fun, they have family, they have things they need. So even though I'm not in the right place, or even though I'm not in overflow and just, my bank account is on, this and that, like none of that at the moment. But at the end of the day, we have our health, we have a place to live, we have faith, we have, I don't know, just we have what we need, put it that way. We have what we need. And of course, I know God's going to bless us with more. He's going to bless us with our own and, just restore some things. And like I mentioned in one of the other videos, I'm literally starting over from scratch. And at first, I used to be embarrassed to say that, but it's my reality right now. You know, and I know things will get better. And when they do, I definitely will tell you guys. And I hope this testimony really helps someone, really encourages someone. Um, okay, guys, it's like 6 something in the morning. Like, what time is it? Yeah, it's like 6:30. So I'm starting to like kind of lose my train of thought. I apologize. So the videos I posted that are gonna premiere tomorrow and one maybe like next week, I didn't know what channel I was gonna put it on yet, so that's why I didn't have like a like, hey, welcome back to whatever. But I didn't know I was gonna post these before the premiered videos popped up. But like I said, when you're letting God lead you, then things just happen and you gotta do what you gotta do. So be sure to check out those videos when they premiere. One's gonna premiere like 7 in the morning, one like 7:45. If you're up that early, getting ready for work, or you can't sleep, or whatever the case may be, check those out. If not, check them out when you get a minute. And be sure to like, subscribe, to share, all that good stuff. And I'll come back with another video. All right, ladies.